I am going to reframe that identity as soon as I get off this call. I've lost 120 pounds, regained 80, and losing 100 live here with you again. Also rebuilding my business and having a lot of friggin' fun. And I love going live on YouTube because you never know what's going to come up once people find me. So before that happens, I want to share a few things with you guys. I am back in Hawaii. I was in Arizona for a month, and I really thought I was going to head back there and be able to be outside on the mountain every day. And it was just going to be this big healthy fitness move for me. And the first day I went up on the mountain, I tore open my heel. It was also ungodly hot and humid, and my skin was reacting. I couldn't go to the gym. It was like this calamity of stuff. But it's okay, right? I just shifted, and it kind of changed my expectations and how things showed up. Because here, I've got my trusty little treadmill right there, and that is how I move every day. And I am finding, I think the older I get, the more important it is that that actually happens. And it helps just move things. You know what I mean? It's not even like, I tell this story all the time, you guys, but I grew up being a pretty hardcore athlete. You know, I did 3 sports, all state, all that stuff, right? Just so for you guys that understand that terminology, right? So everything was like go hard or go home. And when I set out to lose weight last time, I didn't realize you're going to get such a show here today. I'm getting ready to hopefully go to the pool. But I didn't realize that last time, oh shit, you know what? Did I take my, fuck. Hope you guys can hear me because my headphones was over there. But last time I set out, that was one of the biggest things I did. And I'll link the video I did here today, this week, because we're focusing on collecting moments of heart, sing, and joy. And what if we let it be easy, and redefining what weight loss looks like to us, you know? Even if I search weight loss here on YouTube, you know what comes up? A bunch of like uber fit 60-year-old women. Fucking congratulations to them, right? Like life goals. Lifting weights, counting the macros you can do is same old shit we've been doing for 40 years. You know what I mean? And I'm like, not that I don't think at times in my life like I need something like that, but what if you just let it be easy? What if someone takes all that pressure off what it needs to look like, meaning you taking the pressure off what it needs to look like to lose weight, right? That we've got to go be pumping all this iron and all that stuff, right? Hi, guys. Namaste. Namaste. Hello. Stop cussing, Jason McCoy. Get off my channel, you fucknut. Just kidding. That was said with love. Hello, darling. So you stumbled on my weight loss identity channel, and I'm talking about how losing weight can look like you don't, like no one's ever told you it needed to before. You know, when I started making it easy, that's when the weight just kept dropping off. And then guess what? When life happened, my entire life got uprooted, and I was really seeking to try to create that life of joy that I loved so much again. And it was like one thing after another, a lot of health issues and blah, blah. You don't need the whole saga. But in that, life getting uncomfortable again, the weight coming back on, right? And in creating this life of my dreams again, weight coming back off, right? Like, so it's just so fun to look at it from this aspect, and I think so freeing for a lot of women. I am from Michigan originally. Do you want to know where I live now? Because I'll tell you. I am in Hawaii, and I just got back yesterday from Arizona, from my oldest daughter's house, and I will be going back to Arizona because my health is much better there after my youngest graduates from high school, which is, we have like 330 days and I'm out of here. So Hawaii is gorgeous. My body has just struggled here, especially when I've got all this mold toxicity going on. So yeah, that's my my location story. Where are you guys from? Netherlands. How very cool. Where else is everyone else from? So, I am on this process again, and I started at the beginning of the year. Well, I never stopped. So even while I was regaining weight, I didn't stop showing up. I didn't stop going live. I didn't stop leading my 90-day planning sessions that are the game changer. And I didn't stop dreaming and saying, okay, why is this going in the wrong direction? Like literally the scale just being the marker for like living my life in alignment is really what that is, right? So I was like, okay, what do I need to navigate here? And just looking at one small little change every day. And in doing so, I eventually, like last October, I was like, I just had to leave my job again. I was like, I just can't. My soul was getting smushed. You guys know what I mean? You ever feel like your soul's in there banging on the fucking walls? She's like, let me out. That's what midlife weight loss is, right there in one sentence. Your soul's in there banging on the walls, and all that shit you've tried over and over the same way over and over again. It didn't work then, it's not working now, right? Like it takes something different. And every time I set out on my little weight loss quest, because this is like something I've done, every time I set out, I'm learning something new. So when I went through that regain period, and no one talks like the regain from a place of no shame. Why is that? You can go out and start a million businesses, right? Like everybody knows entrepreneurs set out and we fail, 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 fail. Like that's my entire business right now. Like that failed, that failed, that failed, right? And we just know that's part of the quest. Guess what? That's part of your health quest too, because your quest isn't going to look like mine. You know what I mean? And saying that, I think we have some similarities in how we get to goals and how goals can serve ourselves. Like this weekend, for example, I'm doing a habits and rituals workshop, and I came up with this. I usually do this habit stacking thing. Following up, Kathy! Woo woo! Dude, whoever said, what am I talking about? Yo, Utah, Morocco. I'm talking about midlife women, weight loss, reinventing our lives, creating lives that we just love. And in a lot of places, that means saying this to a lot of shit we used to do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people. And a lot of women are scared of this too. Like they're scared, like if I go all in on me, what's going to happen to the people in my life? And perhaps that's because they're facing truths of things they've been tolerating that in our 50s, we're no longer willing to tolerate. We don't have the hormones to tolerate your bullshit, right? Like, so what's up, Cooper? So in that aspect, if we keep shoving down that noise that says, I'm not fucking cooking everyone down. I'm done serving everybody but myself. And yet we feel guilty, even if we have a spouse and a family that's supportive, not even their fault. They can be completely supporting, lovely darlings. And we are so jacked up. We've done this. We've programmed everybody as we were programmed by society, but we've programmed everybody to treat us that way, to just expect that from us because that's what we've done, right? So now we're going to set out, make different boundaries, start prioritizing ourselves, and it's going to look different to people, but so many people's intimate families are so much more supportive than they think. I remember, you guys, when I left corporate America the first time and Millie, my baby, was across the ocean. I had gone back to Arizona, mom dying of cancer, made a decision with my ex to go back to Arizona, help care for my mom. I took a sabbatical from work for a few months, and my 8-year-old was back here in Hawaii with him still, right? And so hard when there's a friggin' ocean between you, you know? So anyhow, I ended up deciding to say, what would it look like if I stayed over there for that period? Because my health is so much better over there. And I went through so much mom guilt about that, but I was like, what would it look like if I was the coolest mom ever across the ocean, you know? And so then I ended up getting an RV and going off on this big adventure, showing her parts of the US she would never have seen had I not done that. and but I went through a lot of what society was going to think of me. Like, how can you be a good mom and be across the ocean from your child? And it's the same thing I see. And under, I know this seems like unrelated to weight loss, but it isn't. And it's like when you create a life you love, the weight loss is the byproduct, and it becomes easy and it becomes effortless. And when we first start dreaming again and we first start daring to put up these boundaries, it is uncomfortable and it can feel like it's not working. So we spent this whole week in my group. I have this group, you guys, called Midlife Badassery on school. And oh, look, I'm going to use my school mug today. I do love school. It's a really cool educational platform that's also social. And in my experience, being in this industry a while, like teaching and guiding, it's hard to find both in a tool. You know what I mean? That light is like really bothering me back there. Oh, that's dark. And I feel like I'm like, oh, you guys ever scroll the YouTube and you're like, you come across some dark diva with the nails and like, I don't know what she's doing. I feel like I can't even stop and watch. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going to get something. You know what I'm saying? Bra? Did I say bra? I might have said bra because we say bra here. Dare to dream again. Yes, Kath, dare to dream again. We all wake up. Yep. What is time for me? And you are, Kathy, you're so fucking good at putting a queen hat on. You got that shit down, sister. Which is why you're a coach and why you help people. I think, Scott, I think we prefer cotton because it breathes. I'm just trying to answer some questions here, and I just want Scott to know that I think that's important when he goes out to buy some for his next lovely little girlfriend, that he gets cotton, because you don't want a stinky hoo-ha, Scott, Okay, now back to you, Kath. I'm going to pull a card for you today. Does anyone else want a card? Because I'm feeling like I got the witchy woo-woo vibes going on. So let's see. I'm going to just pull from intuition today. I'm using the 7 Energies Oracle. I love this deck. I want a card. Okay, you got to drop me a question, you guys. Always bring the woo, right? I know. And we're going to do this in my VIP group, but I think I'm also might book club this too. It's James Clear's New Atomic Habits. And like the workshop I'm doing this weekend's based on a lot of this stuff, but I was looking through here last night and I was like, oh my God, I'm totally geeking out. Like, this is really good. Like, he outdid himself. But the problem is I've already talked to 6 or 7 women that have this, and it's sitting on their shelf, or they've started it and haven't gone back to it. And this is why I club this shit, right? Because then we get it done and we learn. Yes, cotton is better, Scott. You got to get cotton. You do not want, just think if it can't breathe down there, because, hopefully you got her juices going. Just saying. Okay, wait. GTA Clip Kit, you got to drop a question, buddy. Okay, so when you're asking, when you're using Oracle decks, you guys, and I'm not an Oracle deck master by any means, but I will tell you my human design is very connected in my splenic center. All my intuition lines, and I'm like, that's why when I'm coaching, I just get like this whisper of truth that I've got to share. And as a coach, you're not supposed to get in the pool. I'm like, that's it. I'm just gonna, now I have to tap into my guides. Yeah, that's right, my guides. Okay, so Clip Kit, here's what you got to do. You want an open-ended question, okay? So you want it to say, like, what kind of energy do I need for whatever today? Scott could say, what kind of guidance do I need to help my girlfriend need cotton panties? So you want it to kind of be open so that you can get the influence from the deck, but it can't be like a yes or no or a specific thing. Like, I couldn't say, should Scott get nylon or cotton? There's no nylon or cotton card in here. I'm not that fucking magical. You know what I mean? But we could say, how would his girlfriend feel if he bought cotton? What would be the outcome of her having cotton? Okay. What brands? No, there's no brands in there. There's no brands, Scott. It's got to be an open-ended question, you guys. So this is something I do every single morning. Let me show you guys. This is my Me First Guide planner. I know. Whoa! There's a reason for all of it. But when I get to this little part up here, this is the heart sing part I was telling you guys about. This is like every single day I say, okay, how am I going to get heart singing today? Where am I going to get some joy? Sometimes it'll be walk outside and get the sun on my face. You know, sometimes it might be I'm painting with my kids or something epic like that. But a lot of times it's just really simple way to say, hey, how am I going to stop and enjoy the day? And it makes me stop and intentionally think. This right here is my little card pull area, right? So it's my reminder every day. I pull a card and I do a little reflection on it. Let me see. Are you married, darling? No, I am not married. No longer married. I have been free since 2011, I think. I was only married for 7 years. Listen, I'm a Sagittarius, moon's in Sag. I'm a life path 5. I am a generator with all active motor centers, and my whole design is freedom, 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 freedom. And yeah, I think that's enough to say. If I ever have another partner someday, I don't know if I find it necessary to be married. Okay, Kath, I'm pulling you a card. What do you want? Okay, what does Kathy need to hear today? And it's always something she's like, oh my God, I can't believe that. I am 53. Here you go, Kath. What is it? Spirit of gratitude. Ugh, you guys, you can't get, this is the highest vibration card there is, right? Like, Kath, I know you're already so grateful for everything in your life. Like, what else do you need to know? A cup of gratitude, sister. So just be grateful for everything in your fucking life. And the best thing to do with that, so then I'll take it and I have this little spot up here where I set my intention for the day, and often it'll all go together. And then I set my intention on my timeline, which I haven't done yet, but I will set this like overall vibration of my day. And then I'm just trying to stay in there. And like, for me, gratitude, like I just feel it in my heart. You guys know when you're like so grateful about something, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to sneeze. Oh shit. Uh-oh, you guys. Uh-oh. You just listened to a 40-minute gratitude podcast. Of course you did. Jan, you're 55? Oh, so we're so close. Do you want a card, Jan? Who else is Cap Kid, Clip Kid here still? Does he need a card? I do not understand the code at the bottom, but that's very interesting, Leo. It's probably some millennial, Gen younger, not millennial. What's the younger one than that? I have a younger one than that. I don't know what we call them. It's not as cool as Gen X. That's what we call it. Just kidding. Just turned 67. Scott, awesome, buddy. 67. That's a good age. Just saying. Okay, so I forget his name, must not still be here. Jan, do you want a card, love? And I am going to Sir, this is a Wendy says black folk love cotton. I don't know if that's a slur or if you are telling a truth there. So we're just gonna, I don't know. You let me know if I need to ban your ass from this channel or not. Okay. I'm gonna think GTA Clip Kid is no longer present on our live. Okay. So Jan, here's your card, darling. What, do you have a specific question or do you want me to just ask, or do you want me to just ask something general? Okay. What does Jan need to hear today? Oh, the uncharted sea, Jan. It's all out there just waiting for you. Dare to dream. Are you a big dreamer? The truth-telling part you added was crazy. She hates them. Yeah, I think you're on the wrong live. So this is a really cool card. This is one of my favorite cards because it's in an essence you're kind of just letting it go, right? You're setting off on this course toward your big dream, toward that thing you just can't imagine having, and you're in the ocean. Like, what is more unpredictable than the ocean, right? But you've got your little ship here, so at least you've got a ship you're out there to navigate, and then you just have to keep steering the ship. Just keep changing it. But also listen and let go. All the hard shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, did that resonate for you, Jan? I need coffee, you guys. And I also have already weighed in because it's been getting tricky getting on the scale later now that it's so sunny out without showing my whole everything to the whole universe. So I am down from when I got back, but I did have to revise my goals, so I wanted to talk about that today. Oh, I also wanted to share for my badasses in my group really quick before this gets too long. I totally forgot. Coming up in the group, I have a couple different tiers to my membership, you guys. So we have the tier where we you can just come in. You can try this all for free, by the way. And we do fun little challenges every day. You can alter ego GPT. That's like your little life coach in the pocket, and we build alter egos. I am going to do an alter ego build in person in August. So get in now, get your little juices flowing, because it is so much fun when we build our alter ego together. Isn't it, Kath? Drop it for me, sister. Yeah, I don't know what that question is. So, oh, okay, back to telling my group. I got to get distracted by some of these weird, bizarre comments. That's why I need more of us to show up, Kath. You got to take over. Yeah, you are a queen. And why can't I remember? Oh, Alara, right? So we build alter egos because they help us bridge that gap from now to that future self that seems so far away, right? Like the vision board that I can see, that I have defined, and that is very clear about what I want to create and what I want in life. But the me right here doesn't yet believe she's going to be some jet setting, nomadic, whatever, because then she'd be there. Although I wouldn't, because life circumstance, I can't, right? So anyhow, you guys, after next week, we are going into Future Self Week, leading up to the Me First Guide 90, which is, we do this process together, which is taking it from a 3-year dream vision broken into small little actionable steps every day. Oh shit, I'm gonna sneeze again. Oh shit. Oh no, they come in 3s, you guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, jeez. Okay, so thank you. So next week in the group, we are doing everything from Future Self, and I'm going to do a couple live Future Self dreaming events that will use a blend of the Woo Oracle, little journaling, little visioning, and start just, what do you even want your life to look like? And this is one of those things that I know when I was corporate Addie drone, had the job of my dreams, had my house on the ocean, all of that shit that I thought happiness was going to be at. I didn't wake up and say, what does Addie want today? I didn't take a day and just plan and dream for myself. I let the world just happen to me. And that all changed. When I went off on my weight loss quest, I found meditation, and then I sat down and I did a 90-day plan in April of 2018. And I said, okay, what would it look like if I really wanted to lose 30 pounds in these 90 days? And I sat there with that planner. It wasn't this one, obviously. I created this planner out of the best shit and a lot of stuff I picked up from all the certificates I've gathered that are the stuff that change what's in here and what's in here, right? Heart set, health set, mindset, soul set. And put it in a format that for those of us that might have a little ADHD going on, whatever form that looks like, it could just be midlife brain fog, helps us remember to put ourselves first. And what does it look like if I actually put myself first into my day? So I didn't have this, but I had this little, I forget what it was called. It was like called the Inner Guide or something. And I sat there and it took me 4 hours. I took myself to this cafe and I didn't let myself leave. And I said, what would it look like if, could I lose 30 pounds in 90 days? Because I really wanted to do it fast for whatever reason. We all think we want to do it fucking fast. Not this time out. I'm like, I want to lose the weight because I want to feel good and there's certain things I want to do in my life, but it no longer has to be super fast. It has to be in a life I enjoy and serving my body in a way that I figure out feels good for me. And right now it's kind of jacked up because the whole mold toxicity, like my food list is shit. And it has a little bit heavier of a carb load than I would normally ever do. Just like potatoes and rice and shit like that, they don't set in my body well, but my skin doesn't mind them. So you become who you are when you look at your ego. Yes, Kath. And so when I sat there and I did that first 90-day plan, and it was so fucking uncomfortable, I had to make myself sit there and get really clear. And I said, what would I really need to do? And part of that was I was drinking kind of heavy back then, which would make me eat, right? Like I do great all week, I'd lose weight. And then I get to the weekend, drinks, food, whatever. And then I would just be kind of right back where I started or worse, going in the other, just getting worse and not hearing my soul in there banging on the walls, right? So, and that was really scary for me back then. I remember thinking, how am I going to get joy in life? Because joy was so wrapped into going to the bar, hanging out, drinking, or like having the wine relief or food relief, right? Like there wasn't understanding how to create joy right where I am, how to be in stillness with myself and how to feel emotions. And so going through that, you guys, I just knew it was such a critical part of the path. But a lot of times we don't even know what we want that life to look like. And so as you start dreaming again, as you start entering this space of, I wonder how it would look if I got joy in a different way, if I did something. I mean, like Christy in our group, she was talking about, I really wanted to go eat, but instead I went and put my red light. She's got one of those red light masks and some meditation music, and she just went and laid down for like 20 or 30 minutes. And she was like, and then I wasn't even hungry, right? She was just antsy within herself. And I think, how often do we eat out of antsy? That's going to be a new one. Oh, my first sip of coffee. Joy. Is there anything better, you guys? Joy in a cup. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for being here and watching and hanging out. So much fun. So we're doing Future Self Week, and then we'll have the Me First 90 event. And then we will head into, we're going to do Believe New Thoughts the following week, which I'm going to tie in with, I'm doing some videos here on YouTube, you guys. So subscribe, follow along. I'll try to post them in the group, but also just so you don't miss any. And leave me comments and drop little likes, because then I don't feel like I'm doing it to the void, especially being a small creator, you guys. I'm like, hello, is it me you're looking for? That was for you, Kath. Okay, so, and then in August, we'll do the alter ego build again. So you guys, there's plenty to do when you come in at the regular, but when you're ready for the deeper work, like to get in the room where we do the work together. And next week will be a sampling of that with the Future Self week, where I'll do the 2 different sessions where we come in get some guidance from inside. So it's kind of how ended up using cards. I got my first oracle deck was a chakra deck, and I learned all about the different chakras, and that was a lot of fun. So I think there's a lot of different ways you can use the oracle, right? And if you guys in the group are watching this and you're still here, you can upgrade anytime, you can leave anytime. The Me First group is where we do a lot of deeper work, and that is an annual because I don't let you leave when you think it gets hard. So you get to come in and sample it, and then you stay through the messy middle because that's what sisters do. And that's where your transformation is going to come in, not through quitting. And this is not a diet. It's not a routine. This is resetting your beliefs and dreaming big and daring to say, what could life look like? And then having people that are doing the same thing on the ride with you while we're losing weight. So it's so much more fun to do it together, you guys. So anyhow, I just wanted to share a little bit of that, and I'll probably just go in there because I got rambling and talking with everybody. I didn't even talk about my weight. Shit. Okay. So I did weigh in already. I got to figure that out because I do like the whole suspense of the scale thing, right? So I'll try to do that next week, but I got to figure that out. Okay. So today I was 263.4. So I lost 3.2 from last week, which I was up 3.5. So this is how weight loss is, right? Like down 30 for the year. And my goal is by the end of January to bust into the 250s. So that's like 4 pounds this week. And can I do it? Yes, absolutely. That's achievable for me. I don't set out every week to drop 4 pounds, but I am holding just kind of a lot of water and carbs and travel. You guys know how travel is, right? Like travel jacks with me. So I feel like I can get that in. I'm getting back in my movement groove here. So that's it. So I did do a little revision on my goal. And this is part of what we do in the Me First 92, right? It's like all laid out for you. And then every day leads into every week. And then we're like, before you know it, this is one of my favorite. You can just do this on a piece of paper, just writing out a daily goal. Like, let's look at YouTube, you guys. When I started this quarter on YouTube, I had 232 people here following me. And today I think I have 287. So just in this one quarter, I've gained 50 of you beautiful people on the ride with me. And that is exciting because I really feel like the people that have found my channel and are along for the ride are the right people, right? Like you guys, you've been on a diet since fucking 1987 and you're over it and you want to do something different and you want to dream and just create a life you fucking love. And let's have some fun while we're doing it. So sick of everything being so heavy and we know it's about something more. And what if I just tap into that something more and create the life I love, and the rest follows and the weight follows. And when you're ready, it all finds you. What if, right? What if you sit in more joy in your day? You stop eating the uncomfortable parts of it. What if? That's something to test, right? And we get so busy. Life just keeps coming at us, keeps getting thrown at us. We get so friggin' busy that we just don't even take time to say, what does joy look like in my day-to-day? How can I be still? How can I take care of myself? You know? Okay. Well, with that little chime of inspiration, I am off to journal and create and have a great Friday. And you guys too. I will check you next week right here. Subscribe, follow along if I didn't say that already, if you want to be on the ride with me, because I'm losing 100 live here and I'm not stopping.